guys, it's Vaughn and welcome back to another Autism Mom vlog. If you're new to my channel and you're stumbling on this content because you were searching for information about autism, you are actually in the right place. My name's Vaughn and I am a beauty lifestyle vlogger right here on YouTube. I post videos twice a week, but I also share content about my experience as a special needs mom, a first-time special needs mom. I separate all my autism content into a special playlist, so I will link that for you up here and down there. So in today's video, I wanted to share a little bit about some of the items, some of the devices, some of the tools and toys and things that we use for my 4-year-old daughter Anne to help make her life better. Kind of like a special needs parenting favorites type of video. My daughter Anne is 4 now and she was diagnosed with ASD when she was 18 months, but we had suspected that she may have ASD around 10 months. So that's my quick story. Now let's hop into the video. So because I'm a content creator and I'm an influencer of sorts, I get a lot of products sent to me all the time to try with Anne, and a lot of times I say no because some stuff we either just don't need or I don't think that it'll be helpful to share with you guys. And I always try and share, you know, resources and tools and new things that I've learned and all that on this channel because I know that I have a following of women who are also autism moms, or just people in general who have folks in their lives that they love who are on the spectrum. So I am your one-stop shop for all the information. Whatever I know, I'm gonna tell it to y'all. So speaking of companies reaching out, I work with a company called Harkla and I've considered them to be friends, right? I'm in communication with them all the time about new things that they're coming out with and things for Anne to try. And they're always talking with me about her experiences and kind of how she's doing developmentally. And they recently sent me a product called Harkla Hug, and it comes in 2 different sizes. We went ahead and got the medium one, which is pretty big. And this is a product, you guys, it looks like a little canoe, right? My mom always laughs and says it's Anne's little boat. It's made of a nice velvet material, kind of like an ultra suede, and it's an inflatable device. It comes with its own electrical pump. It's really easy to blow up. It even comes with its own repair kit, so in case you get a hole in it, you can fix it right quick. It's really a sensory device to help kids who have sensory issues. That includes children with ASD, but also other areas of special needs. And what Anne likes to do is just crawl up in this thing, and it kind of hugs you and kind of helps them calm themselves. It helps with anxiety, and it also helps with proprioceptive input. We've talked about that a lot on my channel because sometimes children with sensory disorders, they lose the sense of being. They lose where they are in space a lot of times, like where their limbs are, where their feet are. And that's why you'll see children, sometimes they'll fall to the floor, they'll hit their head, they'll, you know, pinch themselves, and we kind of see that from the outside looking in and we think, oh, this kid is trying to hurt themselves, but really they are doing the best they can to get a feel for where they are. Imagine if you couldn't feel where you were like in existence. You would probably be jerking around too. So that's kind of what they're doing, but devices like the Harkla Hug just kind of helps the kids kind of really realize where they are by giving them that nice hug. So far Anne has been adjusting to the Harkla Hug. I won't sit here and tell you guys that she's absolutely in love with the device, but she has given it a try, and what we've noticed is that when she's on her iPad or any electronic device, she'll sit there for a long time and play with her iPad and just really be chilling. And I ain't gonna lie, I've climbed up in it a couple times, right? Because it does support my body weight even as an adult. It's just really soft, easy to move around, easy to inflate, easy to deflate. I feel like it takes me like 30 seconds to inflate the entire thing. But usually we just keep it in her playroom on the floor, easily accessible for her so she can climb into it whenever she wants. So I just want to take this opportunity to thank the folks at Harkla for sending us this item. I'm loving it so far. Anne is getting to know it, and I do think that it is helping. It is something that we go to when we know that she needs to kind of calm down, if she's having a behavior moment or something. And for you guys, the viewers, I'm gonna put a link in the description box in case you guys want to check it out. There's plenty more for children with special needs, so I highly recommend you guys check out the website. It is very professional and polished. They give you tons of information on the items. They tell you how to use them. They tell you what disorders this will address. They're really trying to help you and your family cope with the situation that you've been given. And speaking of coping mechanisms, there's another item that my husband actually ordered for Anne off of Amazon, I believe, and I'll put a link to this one as well, but it's a weighted blanket. It's a long time coming. We should have been tried the weighted blanket because actually at Anne's therapy center, they have one there for her and they use it very often at the center. When she's at therapy, sometimes she's a little bit whatever about, you know, the structure. So for them to calm her down if she's like crying or just not cooperating at all, they'll sit her in a chair and they'll lay the weighted blanket on her lap, and it works. And so after hearing that that's what's going on through her therapist, me and my husband decided that we wanted to get her one. So he ordered one on Amazon. And if you guys are not familiar with weighted blankets, it's a very common concept. It's a really good tool just for anxiety in general. I know some adults who are not on the spectrum, they're not special needs at all, and they have weighted blankets. It's really just a blanket that's filled with cotton. Well, at least the one we have is filled with cotton, and it's got some little weighted beads, and they're really, really small, but if you feel the blanket, you can kind of feel where the beads are, and they're weighted. And so the blanket that we have is like 15 pounds. You could literally fold that thing up into a square and put it on your back and do some push-ups. You could really use it for like fitness. It really is heavy, but we use it a lot of times for Ann at night because it helps to calm her so that she can fall asleep in a healthy way. Because you guys know, if you've watched our journey through my Autism Mom vlogs, we've struggled the most with Ann's sleeping. She has some very peculiar sleep behaviors. And I explained this before a little bit about where that comes from. A lot of times with the disorder, it'll cause the sleep receptors to misfire. So when she is really sleepy, she doesn't realize it, and it'll appear to the naked eye that she is misbehaving or just trying to fight sleep. But in reality, her brain doesn't realize that it's time for sleep. So the behaviors will start to come out, and then she'll fall asleep during times that are inappropriate. So we've struggled with that the most, but that's also the area where we've seen the most progress because we have worked really hard and focused a lot on it. So that weighted blanket has worked so well during bedtime, really helps to calm Ann down and keep her sleep when she does fall asleep, we found. So that's definitely an item I would recommend. So I'll put that link below too. Another item that we've sort of been using and I have been loving just as her mom is her electronic toothbrush. Nothing expensive, it's just one of the Equate ones that we got from Walmart or Target. And the reason I love this toothbrush so much, you guys, is because it has a rotating head, right? So it mimics the tools that they use at the dentist. Now, I shared with you guys before our experience taking Ann to the dentist for the first time and all that. And she goes regularly, she goes every 6 months. We never miss an appointment. But lately, you know, since she's been going, the older she gets, she's starting to, you know, like fight the dentist. Not literally, but she'll make it difficult for them to clean her teeth. And I think it has a lot to do with the fact that she's getting more used to using her toothbrush. And when she goes to the dentist and they're using this rotating, you know, vibration type of device, she's just like, nope, this is not like what I'm used to. I don't like it. I'm not going to let you do this. And we've struggled a great deal these last couple dentist visits. So I decided, and also her dental hygienist recommended, that we get an electronic toothbrush and kind of just reintroduce it and use it ongoing to really help her get comfortable with the idea of having something vibrating in her mouth, so that during her next visit, she'll be a lot more comfortable. And so that's what we've been doing, and it's been working out great. We have another couple months before her next visit, so I am so eager to see how she does in the visit. But so far at home, she is absolutely allowing us to brush her teeth with this toothbrush, and she doesn't have a problem with it. She's not biting down on the toothbrush as much as she used to. So we are really seeing improvements there, and I'm so happy, because there was one point where Ann was just like, nope, no one's brushing my teeth. And it was just heartbreaking for me because I'm really big on dental hygiene, like, and for Ann to not want to get her teeth brushed, it was like giving me anxiety, you know, because I'm like, I have to be able to brush your teeth. Like, I have to make sure that your mouth is clean. I have to make sure that we're fighting cavities, and like, I don't want you to get sick, you know. But the electronic toothbrush has really, really helped. And there's a program at Ann's Therapy Center where they have incorporated moments of teeth brushing for her. So once a day, they take her to the bathroom and she does brush her teeth, and it's been going so good. I'm so happy. So that pretty much wraps up my product recommendations for Ann, based on some of the newer items that we've started to use and how they've worked for us. So I hope that part was at least helpful for some of you moms out there. Now, you guys know I can't get out of here without sharing with you guys, you know, what some of my struggles have been through this special needs parenting experience. So currently where I am, I have to say I've come a long way. It's really been a journey for me, and I really appreciate my journey. And I would say right now, my biggest challenges are becoming more social. Ann is getting older, right? She's not just a baby anymore. So the way that I have to explain to people her condition and the frequency of having to explain to people her condition is starting to increase, right? And this is new territory for me because she's only gonna transition from a baby to a kid one time. So I just feel like, you know, even the people in my life who know me personally, they are experiencing a different side of her condition because of the age that she is now. Even family members, you guys, and it's really becoming tough for me because you have these instances where it's these same people who were quick to let me know that something was off with Ann, you know, when she was, you know, a year old and what have you. Quick to let me know she should be talking, she should be doing this, she should be doing that, she should be saying this, she should be saying that. These same people are now, you know, now that Ann's 4, are trying to tell me that her condition is not as dire as I'm making it seem. Her inabilities are, you know, a figment of my imagination, you know, in so many ways. You know, the struggles with potty training and the struggles with her speaking and things like that, you know, people are not taking it as seriously, because I feel like some people think that their experience with kids is really gonna mean something to a child on the spectrum. As much as I appreciate being around moms with experience, the bottom line is this. If you've never raised a kid with autism, if you've never been in a situation where you're dealing with developmental disabilities, there is not a whole lot you can tell that autism mom, even if she's a first-time mom. So it's becoming increasingly difficult for me to overcome these social interactions. And it's very hard emotionally on me when it's family. Make no mistake, I appreciate my family and I appreciate them being concerned about my daughter, because it could be worse. They could not care, you know? So these are good problems to have, but it wears on me really, really heavy, you know, because I feel like being a special needs mom is a full-time job in itself, and I'm spending 100% of my time helping my child and trying to discover new ways to help her better. And then I'm spending 100% of my time explaining myself and explaining her condition and defending my methods and, you know, the way that I choose to parent. Ooh, child. But I know that this is a part of the territory. I've read about this stuff. I kind of expected it. And you know, I think it's worth it if it's going to put me in a better place, if it's going to put my family members in a better place, it's going to put my friends in a better place, and knowing more and helping them to help me, then it's all worth it. But it is a lot of work. You know, I've had people tell me that they don't believe that she has inabilities. They, you know, somehow people feel like the way that autism expresses itself, that it's a choice. You know, like a kid is not talking because they don't want to talk. You know, they're choosing not to talk. And that's, you know, it's a really difficult conversation to have with someone, because I feel like when the reality sets in that no, she's not doing it because of this reason, because she can't, because, you know, there's a problem, then I feel like people have to relive the initial diagnosis all over again. You know, it's like a reminder, it's like a reality check, you know. And my husband and I, we don't really go through that, because I feel like no one experiences that initial gut check when you get that initial diagnosis like the two parents. Nobody experiences it like the two parents. So we were in the darkest place we will ever be in that moment. We're not gonna continue to revisit those feelings over and over again as we raise her. We're not. We're over it, you know, in that sense, where all we do at this point is look for ways to be better, ways to help her more, celebrate her accomplishments, pay attention, do the best we can. Like, we're fighters. And I think that that's where most parents of children on the spectrum are. But these relatives and people who are not, you know, in the mix every single day, they don't, you know, they don't go to bed at night with your worries and your thoughts, and they're in a different place. And so they're kind of outsiders looking in. So yeah, it's a struggle. And if I had to summarize my current challenges in one sentence, helping other people cope with what is going on, that would be it. But I'm grateful to be able to sit here and talk about this with a positive outlook. I'm grateful to know what I know. I'm grateful to have access to the education and resources that are needed in order to really be able to do this thing. So I'm not complaining, I'm just sharing. So that's all I have for today's Autism Mom update. I hope this video was helpful to you guys, and make sure that you check out the playlist and get yourself caught up on our journey, and subscribe and stick around for my next Autism Mom update. And I will talk to you guys in my next video. All right, bye.